Hey, it's Billy Lane. I want to thank you for being here on my channel. Really not showing you how to do anything, but I want to thank you for watching my videos because I've been doing YouTube for about 3 years now, and I just went over 51 million views and 140,000 subscribers. And I want to thank every one of you who's watched my videos and is subscribed to my channel. Obviously, if I have 51 million views and only 140,000 subscribers, a lot of people who are watching my videos aren't subscribers, and that's excellent, so thank you to you also. But for those of you who are dedicated, who are watching the videos and subscribing and hitting that bell, I'm really grateful for you to helping me continue to make these videos because I really enjoy doing it. You know, I know a lot of you know me from Biker Build Off that we were doing 25 years ago. I did Biker Build Off and a couple other shows on Discovery Channel from 2001 to 2006. I did 12 shows, and those shows never got me 51 million views. The power of YouTube is so amazing that I'm able to reach more people now doing YouTube videos than I was able to on a national cable network. So if you're watching me now, you're watching my videos, a lot of you are commenting. I really appreciate your comments and your feedback, and you know I do the best that I can to respond to your comments. I can't get every one of them. There's just too many of you for me to get to every one of them, but you guys know that I'm responding to you. I'm paying attention to what you're telling me, and I'm trying to give you more of what you tell me you want to see. Like I'm sitting on blow right now. I think I've worked on blow twice in the last 2 years. It's been probably a year since I've done a blow video, so in the next week or two I'm going to make more progress on blow, and I'll upload that for you. But you know, some of the videos that I've made have been wildly popular. I mean, one of the best videos that I've made was the comparison between the West Coast choppers from Jesse James, the Indian Larry bikes from Brooklyn, and the Choppers Inc. bike. Jesse was from Long Beach, California, Larry was in New York City, and I was in Florida. So our three styles developed a lot differently. And I want to go over the differences between the styles of the Indian Larry bike, the West Coast chopper, and the Billy Lane Choppers Inc. bike. In the early 2000s chopper scene, I picked those three, try to show you a really objective comparison between the three styles and the way they ride and everything else. So I know you guys have loved that. There's a ton of comments on there. Thank you so much for that. There'll be more of that kind of video. The stuff that kind of really got me started making the YouTube videos was my 1995 Harley Davidson Bad Boy, and that bike is long gone, but I got my 97 Bad Boy now, and those videos have been doing really well. I know you guys like that. I mean, I think the reason those videos connect with you so much is because you can buy a Harley Davidson Evo Softail for $3,000 to $5,000 and customize it and make a really cool bike. And that was my whole plan when I bought the first Bad Boy, and now that I bought the second Bad Boy. The reason I did that was because I wanted to show you don't have to go to the Harley dealership and sign up for $30,000 or $40,000 to have a really cool motorcycle. You can take $5,000 cash, $3,000 cash, go out and buy a decent Harley Davidson Evo Softail FXR, whatever you want to buy, customize it with some used parts that you find on the used market, and have a really great motorcycle. I'm trying to show you how to do that. And I also try and show you in every video some kind of trick, hack, something I've learned over the years, a way I used to do stuff when I didn't have tools and equipment or money, that you can achieve something that you might think, oh, I don't have the tools or equipment to do that or the knowledge to do it, so I'm not even going to try. I'm trying to show you every time something that I've learned over the years in all my experience in almost 40 years of doing this, how you can achieve something that maybe you thought you couldn't achieve. So I'm working on some really cool videos right now. Some of the videos I'm working on, I've been working on 3-5 years, even before I started uploading to YouTube. But one of the videos I'm working on is the history of Choppers Inc. And this is a really cool installment of several videos, and it literally takes from me as a high school kid who wanted to ride Harleys but wasn't allowed to have long hair, tattoos, or motorcycles by my parents, but wanting a Harley Davidson, working on them when I wasn't even allowed to ride one or have one, and how I went from that point to the point where I'm sitting here to you today talking about having 51 million views on YouTube. But in the history of the Choppers Inc. installments, I mean, I go from everything from how I learned, where I was, the people I was riding with, the bikes I was riding. I've got tons of photos and some pretty old video going back to the early 90s, but literally showing you the evolution of the chopper scene from my eyes and my perspective, but not only in my voice, but talking to people who were there along the way and letting you hear some of their input about how they perceived me and what I was doing. Because we grew up in Miami, and in Miami, choppers weren't cool. Everybody was riding low-slung Softails in the 90s and Arlen Ness FXRs and Donnie Smith Pro Street stuff. That was what was really popular with the people that had money, and there was a lot of people with money in Miami in the 80s and 90s. And that was what was popular, and choppers wasn't popular. So I'm gonna tell you how that all came about, and then take you all the way through Biker Build-Off, because there's some really interesting stories on Biker Build-Off, and then all the way from Biker Build-Off to how I got into Sons of Speed vintage motorcycle racing. And to where I'm at today, still building choppers, building vintage race bikes, still riding old stuff, wrenching every day, just really keeping it blue collar. But speaking of Biker Build-Off, I wanted to comment on your response to some of those videos I put up. You know, I put up the video from the very first one with Roger Bourget, the second build-off with Dave Perowitz, the third build-off with Indian Larry, which was the Indian Larry Biker Build-Off was by far the most popular Biker Build-Off in Discovery history, and was by far the most popular video that I put on YouTube. And I did the Mike Brown Bike Build-Off from 2004, and for some reason, YouTube blocked that in the US, but it still got a ton of views. I'm really, really surprised at how many views it got even from outside the US. But I have a couple that I'm working on still. I'm working on the November 2004 Indian Larry tribute bike that we built on the Discovery Channel. I've been working on that video for quite a few months now. I'll get that up soon. I think you're really gonna enjoy that. I hope it doesn't get blocked. I had a big, huge agreement with Discovery Channel, and I didn't do any build-offs with them in 2005. I basically told them I didn't want to do anymore. But then they circled back around, and in 2006, we did the last Biker Build-Off that I did with Russell Mitchell from Exile Cycles, where I built the hubless bike that went up in flames. I'm gonna make a video about that show for you guys, but I'm gonna do it next year in 2026 because it'll be the 20th anniversary of that show. But some really interesting commentary from me on that, some behind the scenes stuff. We have a ton of pictures and videos from that build-off that you didn't see when you watched the TV show. So I'm gonna share this with you next year, so look forward to that as well. I got more installments on Blow coming. I've got the repair videos from my Crash 1997 Harley Davidson Bad Boy coming. I've got a really wild panhead chopper in here that nobody's ever seen, that I'm gonna drop those videos pretty soon. All the fabrication from start to finish on how this bike is done and delivering it to its owner. I've got videos on building the Cool Hand Speedco overhead valve converted flathead bikes that I've been building that maybe a lot of you haven't seen, but those will be coming out soon. Tons of sheet metal fabrication videos to show you guys, you know, using the English wheel, the planishing hammer, hand hammering on a bead bag. There's just a lot of really great stuff I've been working on over the past few months that I haven't had a chance to upload and finish and show you. And then I'm going to explain all the moving that I've done. Moved from Florida to Tennessee, from Tennessee back to Florida, from Florida back to Tennessee, right here in the Nashville area now. So I'm gonna show you how all that's been done and why that's been done. I'm gonna give you a shop tour. I wanna walk you through my shop. I wanna show you everything I have in here. I'm gonna show you my equipment that I have and how I use it and what each piece of equipment does, because I think a lot of you might look at a shop that's full of everything that I have and not realize I can pretty much do everything in here. So I'm gonna walk you through the equipment piece by piece and show you how I use this equipment to hand make motorcycles from really a bunch of sheet metal and some steel tubing. And this summer, I'm riding a 1927 Harley Davidson from the East Coast to the West Coast of the United States. And I'm gonna bring my camera along and document that for you and show you that. So we'll be doing a bunch of day-to-day stuff, uploading videos every day from that trip. I'll also be doing some YouTube lives from that road trip, so that should be really interesting. I have a couple years worth of chopper builds lined up to show you guys, and I cannot wait to get into this stuff and show you these choppers I'm building. I mean, I've gotten so much better in the last 20 years since I did bike or build off all my fabrication skills. My welding, my machining is just so much better than it was back in those days. So I'm calmer now. I've got a family now. I'm not going out every night and partying. I'm home in bed at 9, 10 o'clock every night, and then I wake up in the morning and come in here and do it. So I'm looking forward to showing you that. But hey, I want to wrap this up. Again, I want to thank you for 140,000 subscribers. That's super important to me, but more than anything, 51 million views plus right here on YouTube in the last 3 years watching my YouTube channel. Thank you so much for watching what I do, for supporting, for sending me comments. Continue to do so. I'm going to continue to do this. I'm going to keep bringing you what you want and more of it.